Hi there. I am Monsters Who Sleep. Some of you may already know me, and some of you may have already seen me play live or heard my music online, or however else you might already know me. Regardless, even if you don't know me, I am a solo acoustic playing rock musician. And there is currently a new chapter in my story that is coming very soon. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I'll start from, I'll basically start from the beginning with how things have basically kicked off for me. What inspired this new era of my music. And yeah, before I go into the story though, I would really appreciate if you subscribed to this channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and comment below if you have any questions or if you want to chat for a little bit or whatever it is. Comment whatever you would like to know. And I have music on Spotify, but the best way to support me is to go to monsterswhosleep.com and buy my music directly off of that website because it directly supports me without any of the like Bandcamp charges a fee. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could buy my music off of my website, monsterswhosleep.com. That is the best way to support me. And so here's where I'll start. I sold an acoustic guitar that I used on across 4 albums that I've recorded and produced. I've written, I've done all the work for these albums. And this guitar that I just sold a couple of days ago, it's a Yamaha LL16 for you gear nerds out there. But I sold it even though it was my only acoustic guitar. It was the one that I recorded 4 of my albums with. And yeah, it's kind of a big change for me because it was not only the first guitar that I have ever bought with my own money, but it's been with me for 5 years. You know, I bought it in 2020. It's been just about half a decade. I would say more than half a decade at this point. And getting rid of something so personal to me and something that's been with me through 4 albums, 5 years, through a lot of growth as a musician. You know, I don't value gear that much. It's just an instrument to me. I mean, it is cool that it was my first guitar, but you know, I decided to use the money. I bought a new bass guitar in cash with the money I got from my acoustic guitar. And so the next step in this plan is I'm going to start writing with my friend Todd, who has he's played with me my first couple of shows, my first real pub shows, I guess, this year. So our first gig as, you know, Monsters Who Sleep together was at a local pub in my city called Gus's Pub. And every album that I've written to date that's on my website, and I'm even working on one now, but all of the work was formerly done exclusively by me. So I was the only person who wrote, recorded, produced, released all of the album art. I did all of that myself. You know, I outsourced certain things, of course, like the album art. I didn't just create those myself, but I didn't work with any artists. I didn't, hire musicians. I did collaborate a couple of times on a couple of songs in one of my albums, but that's pretty much the extent that I've gone in working with actual other people with my project. So I'm excited. I'm currently working on an album for 2026. I'm hoping that it'll be done before summertime so I can release it when it's nice weather out here. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off track. The next album, I am hoping to write it with Todd, and this next year in 2026, I am hoping and expecting to start playing more gigs. And I guess this is just a natural part of the progression of Monsters Who Sleep, because the vision I had for myself as a musician in general, when I first started this project, I liked the idea of the music that I was writing. I liked that I had full control over everything that I did and what happened. But deep down inside, I never really wanted to play acoustic guitar. I kind of wanted to be in a rock band, not just be a solo act. And there's a lot of benefits to being a solo act, of course, but yeah, that's a little bit of a deeper topic anyway. But so when this next album comes out, I'll be deciding what kind of music I want to write with Todd going forward. And further into the future, I don't know when this will happen, what timeline I should think about. I'm not going to worry about this next part yet, but I'm also thinking about hiring a drummer so we can do proper rock shows and not just be an acoustic duo. And yeah, so that's really part of this new era of Monsters Who Sleep. I've progressed so far, and on Spotify alone, I have almost 40,000 total streams of all of my music across each album. So, I'm at a place where I can either keep things the way they are and just keep this going the same way it's been going. And of course, my music production is improving, my skills in mixing, in tracking vocals and guitar and songwriting and all of that stuff. All of that is getting better as I grow older and as I kind of mature into this project. But, I'm just kind of looking forward to writing with someone else and turning this into a kind of a full band project. And I'm excited to see where the creative aspect of it leads. I'm excited to be working with someone on music. And, it's just it just kind of adds a new dimension to this whole project that I've been working on. And, I've been working on this project pretty well since 2020. A couple years earlier, I was gigging with a former bandmate as well. But that didn't really go anywhere, and I only released my first album. I only really started taking it seriously until late 2019, maybe 2020. Like, my first album was 2020, so, excuse me. So yeah, I just wanted to fill you in on the direction that I'm going. And I'm personally very excited to see what kind of music I come up with. Having Todd as a writing partner, because he just comes up with ideas like a machine, like a photocopy machine. It's just idea, idea, idea. And so, yeah, I'm excited for this new era of Monsters Who Sleep. And if you've been a fan of my music in the past, I can pretty much guarantee that this next album that I've got coming out 2026 is going to blow the other stuff out of the water if you like kind of the more punk rockish, I guess kind of the more rebellious stuff, there is going to be that stuff in this album. But as I like to do with most of my albums, or if not all of them, there's quite a bit of variety. You know, there's sad and thoughtful songs, slow and meaningful songs. There's songs that are yelling and just screaming to be heard. And then there's also just, you know, I can't even categorize them at this point, just because it's at the same, it's different, it's completely different than what I've done before, but at the same time it's completely stays true to my style. So yeah, anyone who's watching this, there's good things coming for Monsters Who Sleep. And like I said before, if you want to support me, literally the best way is to just go to my website, monsterswhosleep.com, and buy my music straight from my website. Literally, that helps me so much. All of the money goes straight into my bank account. There are, you know, processing fees of, I think, 10%, but it's great because I own the website and no one tells me what to do with it. So yeah, if you like what I do, please like this video, subscribe to my channel for future updates, and stay tuned for the new era of Monsters Who Sleep and a new album, 2026. Oh, P.S. Forgot to mention, there's also new singles from the upcoming new album on my website if you want to hear and purchase samples of what is yet to come. All right, that's all I have now. That's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely hope you have a great week, weekend, month, and I hope the 2026 year goes awesome for you, or at least you learn a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.